At catcher, number 19, Elena Becky. In right field, number 2, Jennifer Reed. In third, the shortstop, number 24, Emma Petra. Batting first at third base, number 36, Olivia Penland. In fifth, the pitcher, number 25, Moines Jewish. Batting sixth at first base, number 7, Brooke Mumford. Hitting seventh, the designated player, number 14, Emma Wilson. Batting eighth, the right fielder, the center fielder, number 9, Ashley Becky. And hitting ninth, playing second base, number 1, Rose Vanderlinden. The flex player for the Lions, the left fielder, number 10, Haley Norris. The Moines Christian's head coach is Amanda Springer. Our umpires for tonight's contest: at first base, Chris Groff. At third base, Paul Bird. At calling balls and strikes, Mark Schaefer. Let's play state tournament softball.
Our Wednesday here in Fort Dodge continues as we welcome you back to Harlan Rogers Park, the home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament. It's the 4th of 5 semifinals today here on the Mid-American Energy Iowa High School Girls Sports Network. Live from Buena Vista University Diamond, we finalize the Class 2A portion of the bracket with a matchup between the number 2 seed Des Moines Christian Lions and the number 6 seed, surprise of the tournament so far, the Iowa City Regina Regals. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to State Softball here at Fort Dodge. Zach Carlisle, Hunter Phillips. Glad to have everybody with us here. And Hunter, this is a good one. I'm looking forward to 2 against 6 here in Class 2A.
Yeah, I mean, this has the makings of a really fun semifinal match. I mean, you talk about Des Moines Christian. This is a team that hasn't been here since 2012 here at the state tournament, but make no mistake, I mean, this is a team that's got a lot of power when they're up at the plate. They lead Class 2A in home runs, but then you're going up against the defending champions in Iowa City Regina, who are no strangers to being here in Fort Dodge, so it has the makings of a really fun evening.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. And, you know, this pitching matchup is fascinating as well. Mara Judish and Katie Bracken. We'll get to that. Des Moines Christian, a walk-off in the opener on Monday, and then against this powerhouse, the Regals, looking to get back to that championship game for the 3rd straight year. So I like that dynamic. Des Moines Christian, 12 players on their squad. This is kind of a David Goliath type thing going on here, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly feels like it, but yeah, no doubt. This is a Des Moines Christian team that's coming in with a lot of confidence, especially at the plate. Really interested to see how they try to tame this Iowa City Regina lineup in the circle today, but Regina does have that experience of being here and winning, and we'll see who can punch their ticket into that Class 2A championship game going on later this week.
Louisa Muscatine awaits, and away we go as Des Moines Christian, the home team, gets a started ball 1, misses from Marin Judish, and we are off and running here in the Class 2A semifinal game. The 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt from Jess Hunter. The center fielder leads it off. Hunter, Kerrigan O'Connor, and right field Katie Bracken, the pitcher, due up in this inning for the Iowa City Regina Regals. Both teams white tops. That'll be fun throughout the day. Into the evening hours here at Fort Dodge. 1-1 pitch, misses high ball 2.
Judish coming into this tournament with an impressive 1.42 ERA and 13-0 on the season, looking to carry that wonderful record here into this semifinal matchup.
Called strike, good pitch, 2-2. Paisley Gardner at first base bats in a cleanup spot. Lauren Marth, the second baseman, hitting 5th. The 6th hitter is third baseman Taylor O'Connor. Annie Gann at short batting 7th. Ellie Gann, the DP, batting 8th. 2-2 is a swing and a miss, and a strikeout starts the night.
Well, Judish not wasting any time there, getting up ahead of the batter, Jess Hunter, and that time just blowing that one past her with that rising ball. Good start for the Lions.
12th start of the season in the circle for Judish. Kerrigan O'Connor takes ball one, and rounding out the order is left fielder Emma Neibauer. For the Regals, Des Moines Christian defensively behind Judish. Haley Lewis is in left, Ashlyn Backey in center, Jennifer Reed in right. Here's the 1-0. And a 2-0 count to start. Olivia Penland at third. Emma Veenstra is the shortstop. Rose Vanderlinden at second. Brooke Mumford over at first. Elena Backey behind the dish. The 2-0 called strike. Regina pulled the quote-unquote upset of the 2A bracket. That opening round, a swing and a miss. That was a 7-2 victory over the 3 seed and a 22-3 Alta Aurelia squad.
We have seen a lot of upsets here in this tournament throughout many of the classes.
And a swing and a miss and back-to-back strikeouts. Welcome to the semifinal game, Marin Judish. Good start.
And Zach, another thing that we've seen a lot of is just great pitching from a lot of teams here at this tournament, and a really good start for Judish in the circle, not wasting any time.
Line bin to left center field for a base hit, and that's going to roll to the fence. Digging for 2 is Bracken. It's a 2-out double. Talk about wasting no time. How about that?
Well, Judish's counterpart, Katie Bracken, says, well, you know what, I'm going to swing here on this first pitch, and just absolutely drills that one in the left center field gap, and now a courtesy runner is going to be coming in, a little bit of speed out there for Regina, but a great piece of hitting there by Katie Bracken after 2 strikeouts to get this inning started for Judish.
367 average, and Kate Milder. Correction, looks like Emma Supel will be running for Iowa City. Regina at second base. And the batter, Paisley Gardner, the Regal first baseman. Back-to-back strikeout starts it, and all of a sudden an RBI chance. Out of play, 0-1.
So Emma Supel there at second base. Only 1 at bat this season for Regina, but she has scored 23 runs, so she definitely takes advantage of her opportunities on the base paths.
Gets a lot of chances in those running rolls. Swing and a miss over the top, 0-2. Jake Kuhlbeck, the head coach of Iowa City. Regina coached him up at third base in his first season. Took over for long-time coach John Protzman. Regina 24-15. Not an impressive record on paper, but they worked their way through it. They play a tough schedule. All of a sudden they get in the postseason, play some good softball, and here they are in the semifinal game. 1-2's up high, ball 2.
And that's what the good programs do. Once they've really solidified themselves as really that perennial playoff contender, they know that they can match up with teams in bigger classes, and Regina certainly can do that in a lot of sports, but especially in softball.
2-2. Swing and a miss. It turns out a strikeout of the side, but a double was mixed in there as well. And so Des Moines Christian off to a good start behind Marin Judish. Iowa City Regina, nothing. And the Lions coming up.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Iowa City Regina put up a double with 2 outs from Katie Bracken, but the strikeout of the side by Marin Judish. Regals nothing. Des Moines Christian coming up here in the bottom of this first inning of the 2A semifinal game. Elena Backey will lead things off for the Des Moines Christian Lions against Katie Bracken. Rope that double, and now we get to see this right-hander in the circle. Going to be impressive stuff. She's had a really good season. Strike one gets us started.
Yeah, 29 starts on the year, 16-13 with that record, but she has pitched 168 innings for this Regals team, a 2.66 ERA, 145 strikeouts as opposed to 37 walks.
0-1 is popped up on the infield, and Bracken will take that herself for out number 1. From Elena Backey, Jennifer Reed will stand in now, the Des Moines Christian right fielder. Emma Veenstra, the shortstop, hits third. The third baseman, Olivia Penland, hits in the cleanup spot. Marin Judish, the pitcher, hits fifth. Batting sixth is first baseman Brooke Mumford. Ball 1 to Reed. Emma Wilson, the DP, in the 7th spot. Ashlyn Backey in center, bats 8th. And rounding out the order is second baseman Rose Vanderlinden. And a called strike, 1-1. For the Regals defensively, behind Bracken, Emma Nybauer in left, Jess Hunter in center, Kerrigan O'Connor is in right. On the infield left side, Taylor O'Connor at third, Annie Gann at short. 1-1's fouled out of play. Lauren Marth is at second with Paisley Gardner at first. Maeve Dunn is the battery mate with Katie Bracken. The 1-2. And that is down the right field line. It's a fair ball. And a 1-out single for Jennifer Reed.
Well, and just slicing that one down the right field line. Just a great piece of hitting there out of the senior. Has 35 hits on the year and able to get the first single of the game for Des Moines Christian.
Down low, ball 1 coming up to Emma Veenstra. So we saw the 2-out double go nowhere from Bracken. This is a 1-out single. And the heart of this Lion order, 2-0.
And what a year Veenstra is having, batting .541 coming into Fort Dodge up here at the tournament. On base percentage of .584 and slugging .867.
Called strike, and my goodness, .867. That number just sticks with you. But when you have 16 of your 43 hits coming in or extra bases, 8 doubles, 8 homers, tons of power. The 2-1, that's roped to short. Hops over the glove and into left center field. 2-on with 1 out for Des Moines Christian, threatening in the first. And we'll see how they mark it.
Wouldn't be surprised either way, but looks like they're going to give an error there to the shortstop, Annie Gann. But, man, that thing was just hit extremely hard, right on a rope over there to short, and really not much that she can do there. As that one just had a mission to go out to the outfield. That was just going to be a tough play for her to make.
Had all kinds of spin on it, too. That's a tough play at short. 0-1 to Olivia Penland, the DMC third baseman. And a called strike, 0-2. Infield playing normal depth. With a runner with runners at first and second and 1 down, and the foul out of play. We've seen some 0-2 counts already, but Bracken unable to put the last 2 batters away. Reed and Veenstra, a single and an error. Gann playing in the hole at short. The 0-2 misses ball 1.
And a good idea there by Bracken, trying to see if Penland would go on the outside part of the plate high and out, but Penland, a very patient hitter here for Des Moines Christian.
Taking 24 walks on the season, coming in. A 1-2 swing and a miss. And the first strikeout for Katie Brackett, and there's 2 down.
Boy, and a big strikeout by Katie Bracken as the pressure was sort of felt there with runners at first and second, and that's a big punch out there by the pitcher for Iowa City Regina's. Now a little bit of that pressure is eased off a little.
Now it's the pitcher-pitcher matchup. Bracken will face her counterpart, Maren Judish. It's a called strike. I think that's the other thing we've seen, too, is we've seen a lot of good pitching, as you alluded to, but these pitchers can hit.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've seen that all over the place this weekend, or this week here at Fort Dodge.
Yeah, really showing off their athleticism and especially their power. A lot of these pitchers can hit for power, can hit for extra base hits. And more times than not, it's been the pitchers in this tournament that have really given themselves the insurance runs.
And we see the pitchers hitting in the 3, 4, 5 spots in the order, leading their teams in RBIs, and it's fun to watch. A 1-1. Misses low and in for ball 2. We'll get the idea of the strike zone of home plate umpire Mark Schaefer as we get going throughout this game as well. These pitchers know how to paint those corners. 3-1. Two on, 2 out. RBI chance for Judish. Grounded right back to Bracken. Into and out of trouble in the first. And after 1, no score in Fort Dodge.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This
They
is
just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
Follow along with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union at CISN.TV on social media. You can like us on Facebook and give us a follow on Twitter as well. CISN TV is your social media platform for all things at the state tournament. Fun game in the Class 2A semifinal. No score after 1. Des Moines Christian, the 2 seed, Iowa City Regina, the 6 seed. Really the only big upset in the first 2 classes. The big upsets have been 3A, 4A. Those brackets, those have been all over the place this week.
Yeah, and I got to experience one of them with Roland Story defeating the 2 seed Albia, and they're going to face Davenport Assumption, of course, the reigning champion there in Class 3A. But what a tournament there for Roland Story, a team that has a lot of history here in this tournament. They've won 7 state titles, but hadn't been here in 29 years, and man, that was just a lot of fun to see. But you're right. I mean, that's the fun thing about this tournament is that you do have these seeds that are expected to win, but, when push comes to shove, I mean, these teams, this is the final game of the year for them, and you're going to get, their all-out effort every single game, and sometimes you're going to see upsets.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. Lauren Marth leads off the Regina second inning. Here in the top of inning number 2, Marth, O'Connor, and Gann, 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Regals. And it's ball 1 up high, and we have found out the ADM Tigers, the top seed in Class 4A, will advance to the championship with a 9-8 victory over Newton. A very good game there in Class 4A. The 1-2 misses high, ball 2 to even the count.
I know we could even hear the cheers and pandemonium going on over there at Diamond 2 from way over here. But I know a lot of those every one of those fan bases had a lot of people here.
Trying to see history be made. A 2-2's a called strike 3. And the strikeout is working brilliantly for Maren Judish so far, 4 in the first 5 batters.
Yeah, she is just in a groove here to begin this game, and just Iowa City Regina, they just have not been able to make much contact other than that double there with 2 outs back in the first inning. Otherwise, Judish is really off to a confident start in this game.
Ball 1 to Taylor O'Connor. A senior for Iowa City Regina. We mentioned defending 2A champion Regals, looking for their 4th title in the last 8 years and a chance to reach their 3rd straight state championship game. The 2-0's in there for a called strike. Big part of that, 8 starters returning from last year's squad. That'll put you over the top. And when you get those young kids that can gel and move up together, they get better and better and better. As there's ball 3, but that's why this team is always good year in and year out.
Yeah, and for a first-year head coach, I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, that's such a great luxury to have.
Right.
8 starters returning from a championship team. As Taylor O'Connor's really putting together a nice at-bat here. Really haven't seen that yet. She scored 2 runs in the quarterfinal win for Regina earlier this week.
Part of the 7-2 victory, the 3-2. Up in the air, right side, long run and a nice pick and stab there by Rose Vanderlinden to make the catch. I don't know how confident she was about making that play, but she had it and there's 2 down.
Boy, and she covered a lot of ground to be able to go there and make that catch, but to be able to call off both of your teammates, Jennifer Reed was going after it as well as Brooke Mumford. Great job by Vanderlinden to just take control of that play and make a wonderful catch.
That's a high fly into left off the bat of Annie Gann, and that's a 1-2-3 second inning. And good work by Maren Judish. She has been impressive thus far, getting out ahead of batters, and it's a scoreless game as we go to the bottom of the second.
Deals of the year at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. During the Ford Summer Sales Event in Indianola, get 0% for 60 months, plus up to $10,000 off select new 18 Ford F-150 XLTs. 0% for 72 months, plus $1,000 on select new 18 Edge, Escape, and Explorers. You get all of the rebates, incentives, and discounts, plus more for your trade. 0% for 60 months, plus up to $10,000 off select new F-150s won't last. Only at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
No score, last of the second inning here in the Class 2A semifinal game. Winner moves on to the championship game. And a date with Louisa Muscatine and a called strike gets us started. Brooke Mumford at 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Des Moines Christian Lions. Katie Brackenapper, second inning of work. Each side with a hit, 1 error for Iowa City Regina, no score so far.
And Mumford having a really solid junior season for the Lions, batting .389 on the year and quietly slugging .558.
Foul back, out of play. You know, Des Moines Christian's an interesting story because there's small 2A schools and then there's small 2A schools that don't have a lot on their team. I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the open, but just 12 on their roster, and they kind of spread it throughout each class, 3 seniors, 4 juniors. There's kind of a mix there for Des Moines Christian, but it's really impressive when those types of schools can have the success that they're having when there's not a lot to choose from there in that Christian school in the Des Moines area.
Yeah, I think that's just, an even bigger credit to the coaching staff, finding the right players. Amanda Springer, who, of course, went to Des Moines Christian. I mean, she has just done a phenomenal job with this group. And, it's really about confidence, especially late in the season. And, they've won 12 out of their last 13 games, heading into this one.
Ground ball to third. O'Connor with it over to first. And that's the first out of the bottom of the second inning. So the DP, Emma Wilson, will stand in for DMC. Called strike nothing and one, and Des Moines Christian got the best of Earlham twice this season. Beat him in the regular season and then walked off on him in the first round. 3-2 to get to this semifinal game. A very exciting Monday victory for the Lions, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, what a thrilling game that was, and especially in the fashion that it was. Bases were loaded, and it was a walk-off walk that was able to get them that win.
Swing and a miss, turning around. Wilson that time is Bracken. She gets her second strikeout, and there's two down. Yeah, the literal walk-off. Don't see that very often, but that's a lot of fun. And these Lions looking to make a trip to the title game. They beat ranked North Polk, Van Meter, Martinsdale St. Mary's. We're back. And we're back. Power outage that we had. Yeah. Oh. And we might be back again. I think we're gaining it back. It's kind of cutting in and out on us, so we'll stick with this as long as we can. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are in the third no-score Des Moines Christian at Iowa City. Regina, who says nothing exciting happens at Fort Dodge? I tell you what, this is as crazy and fun as it gets. It's more fun when the power's on, but here we go.
Right. They got to keep us on our toes somehow.
That's right. That's right. That's a high fly ball into left foul territory and no catch. And that's a swing and a miss on off speed, 0-1. And that miss evens the count at a ball and a strike. Iowa City, Regina, we talked about how tough of a schedule they played. Incredibly tough. 12 of their 15 losses were at least to 3A teams this year, and that is ball 2. Good pitch, but misses 2-1. 12 of their 15 to at least 3A squads or higher, and they went 6-8 in neutral sites, including their first round win. And it's ball 3 that bounces in there to Hunter, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. But when they got into conference play, Iowa City, Regina, 14-4 in the league this year. They still put it together. Called strike, loads it at 3-2.
And that's what gets you really prepared for your conference slate, is whenever you can face the most challenging opponents that you can. I mean, even though it may not reflect well in the win-loss column, you know, that's a great job by this coaching staff to realize, hey, we may lose some games, but as long as we start playing our best softball towards the tail end of the season, it's going to pay off, and we've seen it pay off for Iowa City, Regina so far.
No doubt about that. That's ball 4 to Hunter. Works a base runner, and that ends a streak of 6 straight retired by Judish. 1 on, 2 out. The batter, Kerrigan O'Connor. Strikeout victim in the first. And time called. It's a 2-0 count to O'Connor. And Judish doesn't walk a lot. I mean, we talked about she's kind of the workhorse, one of the workhorses on this pitching staff. 27 walks was the highest on the team, but she's going to get those strikeouts too. And
right.
So that's where you take the good with the bad. 27's a really, really good number.
Especially when you put that ratio with 146 Ks on the season with those walks.
And that's ball 4. So that's back-to-back walks with 2 down. The first 2 of the game for Judish. So first and second, 2 down, and here comes the pitcher, Katie Bracken. Swinging at the first pitch again. She took one into left center field the last time up.
Drilled that one, but this time around, Judish was able to get that one past her.
These are going to be fantastic at-bats and matchups. I love the pitcher-pitcher matchup. Judish to her counterpart Brackett, and then when they flip roles, that's going to be awesome as well. 1-1 the count. 1-2, swing and a miss.
Yeah, and there's really no better motivation for a pitcher when she sees that she has one runner in scoring position, another over there at first, when the game is really in her hands, where she can really help herself out here. But down 1-2 in the count.
The 1-2 is up high and a rise ball. Crowd getting into this one in the second 2A semifinal. 2-2 is a strikeout to end the inning. Couple of two-out walks, doesn't matter. Judish gets out of it. We go to the bottom of inning number 3, and we'll keep it right here. This has been good work. I mean, just those walks in that inning, but in and out of trouble there for Judish. The pitching matchup so far is really living up to its name.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a great pitching matchup so far. But, going back to Judish, she was in a little bit of a jam there in the first inning after giving up that double that Bracken hit back in the first. Then she was able to strike out Paisley Gardner to end that inning, and giving up those 2 walks there with 2 outs and be able to get that punch out, striking out Bracken. I mean, that's what builds your confidence right there as a pitcher, and I know for the rest of the team, they feel that as well, knowing that she can get out of those situations, especially as the pressure is mounting. I mean, this is a chance to go to the 2A state championship game, and so really good poise out of both of these pitchers, but especially there in that last half inning out of Marin Judish.
Today's game being brought to you by Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy puts power in your hands and helps keep families safe. To learn more, visit midamericanenergy.com. So we get ready for this bottom of the third. It's the top of the order for Des Moines Christian. A chance to do some things. This is a good offense. 384 as a unit. 4th best average in Class 2A. They've got 2 hits to show for, but no runs and a scoreless game in the bottom of the third. Elena Backey, Jennifer Reed, Emma Veenstra due up, and a little break in the action there. Looking over to her coaches, away we go.
I think Bracken was having a little difficulty seeing the sign there, so just wanted to double check there, looking back at the dugout before she went ahead and threw that pitch.
You have to make your pitches here. This is going to be a fairly tight strike zone tonight, we have a feeling. The 1-0 is a slow roller to second. Tough play, well, I should say in between first and second. And it's the first baseman, Paisley Gardner, who makes the play unassisted for out number 1.
And even though she's a catcher, Elena Backey does have some speed there for Des Moines Christian. So Gardner saw her coming towards first base and realized, yeah, I got to make the play a little bit sooner, and was able to do that to get the first out.
Yeah, rare to see the leadoff spot as a catcher in a lineup, baseball and softball, but Backey has put together an outstanding season. Here's Jennifer Reed down on the count, 0-1. Check swing, held it. Singled down that right field line her last time up. It was her 34th hit of the year. Thought about it again at eye level, 2-1. And that is fouled back to even the count. Winner advances to tomorrow night. And it's an 8:15 championship game. Louisa Muscatine awaits. They picked up a 2-1 win over Central Springs. That was a good semifinal game, back and forth, good pitching in that one as well. 2-2's fouled back.
And that was a really close game as well, and felt like it could have gone either way, but for Louisa Muscatine, I believe this is their first ever appearance here in the state tournament, and to be their first state tournament appearance and get to the championship game, what a job by them.
Sometimes when you don't know any better, it can benefit you, as that one is lined foul. Rockets back into the field of play. Count remains 2-2. It's a good at-bat from Reed.
Yeah, we really haven't seen too many at-bats, maybe just a couple where the batters have worked the count. So very good job by Jennifer Reed here, waiting for that right pitch.
Swing and a miss. I think she was waiting for the fastball but could not catch up to it, and there's 2 down.
4 strikeouts now for Bracken. Just a real good pitch there to put away Jennifer Reed.
So far, it's a pitching clinic between Judish and Bracken. This is Emma Veenstra, the shortstop, taking a called strike, 0-1. Bracken misses down low and in.
Veenstra in her last at bat just hit a bullet over there to short that was a little too hot to handle.
Yeah.
See what she can do here with this at bat. She made good contact.
Swings and misses a 1 up high. It looks good up there, but it's 1-2. And that very well could have been a hit that last time up. She absolutely roped that softball. 1-2 misses away.
Thought maybe Bracken was going to go upstairs once again, see if she could get Veenstra to bite, but that time Vine to go a little more outside. Interesting to see what she'll do here on this 2-2 pitch.
Looking inside that time, and account loads to 3-2. Yeah, you wonder if she wants to go back to that high fastball, that rise ball, to get a swing and a miss. It seems like that's one of her better put-out pitches. 3-2. Out of play. Beautiful evening here at Fort Dodge. We've had some great weather. Tomorrow might not be the case. There's expected rain in the forecast, but outstanding weather this week so far. 3-2 is fouled back.
And I know historically the weather's always been a little iffy up here in Fort Dodge. And, you know, the same year where, of course, the Drake Relays historically has bad weather, they had great weather this year. It's really transitioned nicely here to the state softball tournament so far here in Fort Dodge.
Outstanding place for softball. 3-2, that is lined into left. That's a base hit. Drops in front of Nybauer. A big round of first base for Veenstra, and she's aboard for the second time. Two-out single, third hit of the game for Des Moines Christian. And it's a two-out base runner, and here comes Olivia Penland. And she's swinging and goes right to the shortstop spot. Gann has it, inning over just like that. 3 innings in the books. No score here in Class 2A on the Mid-American Energy Iowa High School Girls Sports Network.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery. Welcome to
Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers. From focusing on food safety to promoting animal care, from protecting Iowa's natural resources to enhancing the quality of life in their communities, the Iowa Pig Farmers are doing it right. To learn more, visit iowapork.org. No score. Top of the 4th inning rolls in. Iowa City, Regina, Des Moines Christian. A pitcher's duel so far. A couple of chances for both offenses, but right now, Judish and Bracken putting on a show.
Yeah, the chances have really been few and far between. And, you know, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, I mean, the pitching duels have just been so entertaining here on this semifinal Wednesday, and we have ourselves a good one so far.
Wouldn't expect anything else. It's ball one to Paisley Gardner. It's the heart of the order for the Regals. Gardner, Marth, and O'Connor 4, 5, and 6. Swinging at a ball that was in the right-handed batter's box, and it's 1-1. Gardner struck out in the first. 6 of them so far for Judish. Having her way with this Regal lineup at times. 1-1. Misses up and out. Swing and a miss, breaking ball again. And the 2 strikes have not been in the zone.
I'm sure if you're Coach Kuhlbeck, you want to see a little bit more discipline out of your 4th place hitter.
Count loads at 3-2, and to be honest, Maren Judish has not thrown a strike in this at-bat. If you can get a strike, if you can get swings and misses on without having to throw a strike, that's a big benefit. There's a swing and a miss on one down the middle, and a strikeout starts the 4th.
Boy, and Maren Judish put a little extra mustard on that one, man, with a lot of emphasis there, putting away Paisley Gardner. And, easily could have been a walk there if Gardner just would have had a little bit more discipline, but Judish taking care of another Regal batter.
Lauren Marth takes it, call and strike, 0-1. Strikeouts starting to pile up for Judish, and Bracken on the other side, 4 punch-outs herself in the first 3 innings. Count even 1-1. So this could come down to just the littlest thing in this game. Maybe one big swing or maybe an error, something to that effect. When it's so tightly contested like this, and the 1-1 is in there, called strike. Good pitch. We always say pitching and defense wins you the biggest games. So far, so good for both of these teams. That's fouled out of play. That's the other part. These defenses are solid at this state tournament, too. We've seen some errors get away today in some of these semifinal games. Overall, though, the defenses are pretty good, but those errors can cost you big time.
Yeah, especially as we get late into this game and the chances start to run out for teams. I mean, any kind of mishap, any kind of throwing error, whatever it may be, I mean, it could lead to extra bases for a base runner and eventually a score. And as tight as this one is,
foul territory, and the out for number 2. So Taylor O'Connor gets a chance. The Regal third baseman. Popped up to second base, but it was a heck of a play by Rose Vanderlinden. She fouls one off.
Yeah, speaking of good defense, what a phenomenal play that was.
That was a long run down that right field line. And she caught it. I don't know if she knew she caught it, or she was a little surprised, I think, at herself at how good of her athletic ability that was. Up and in, ball 1. It's a called strike, 1-2. Another thing about Iowa City, Regina, as we talk about this, we've talked about it a little bit too, not just softball, so many sports. And a lot of these girls on this roster, multi-sport athletes, Regina qualifying against state at basketball, soccer. There's not a lot they're not good at over there in Iowa City.
Oh, man, I mean, if you want to talk about a dominant sports program, I mean, Iowa City Regina is up there in Class 2A, and I think you said it best. I mean, it's multi-sport athletes, and I think that really pays off no matter what the sport is, because they're always staying fit, they're staying fresh, and I mean that's so important, especially as we get into the dog days of summer here at this tournament where you have these multi-sport athletes.
A 3-2, that is lined into right, and it stays up to make the catch. Jennifer Reed for the Lions to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 for Marin Judish, and we are in the middle of the semifinal game, halfway through the fourth, no score.
And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
All you have to do, you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
Our broadcast tonight, a producer Doug Delavan, Peter Tarpey, the whole crew having fun here in Fort Dodge. Connor Morris as well, bringing you this presentation of the Iowa High School Girls State Softball Championships of the Mid-American Energy Championship Network. No score halfway home through the second semifinal in Class 2A. Marin Judish, the pitcher, leads things off for Des Moines Christian. Strike one from Katie Bracken, 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Lions. Pitching so far has taken over as the 0-1 is outside for a ball to even the count. Wind slightly blowing out. 1-1's fouled back. We talk about how good Judish has been, but Bracken doing the same thing, just continues to put up zeros when her team needs it. So far, so good.
Yeah, whenever she's gotten into any kind of jam, which has been in the heart of the line.
And that's hard to settle those nerves. I mean, you're one game away from the championship game. I mean, we get butterflies back here. I can't imagine what it's like for some youngsters out there on the field.
Well, and for Regina, again, I mean, they're used to being in this position, but still, I mean, the pressure is always there to be able to perform because they're expected to be in this situation. But, for Des Moines Christian, you come in and no one expected you to be here to make this journey here, especially with as small of a roster as they have. And so they've really just come in with an attitude of, hey, we got nothing to lose here. I mean, this is just such a valuable experience for us. And so, you're right. I mean, the mental makeup of both of these teams is just absolutely great. And with so many people watching here in Fort Dodge and a lot of you watching back home, they know the pressure's there, but you won't see it when it's on their faces.
Ground ball to short. Gans got it. 2 down. These pitchers and these defenses just taking punch for punch. 2 away. Batter Emma Wilson, the designated player. Three hits have been sprinkled in by Des Moines Christian, but that's about it against Bracken. Ball 1 inside.
Yeah, they've gotten a hit in each inning, but just have not been able to build anything off of that. And again, that's just really a credit to Katie Bracken and what she's been able to do to really neutralize any sort of big threat by this powerful Lions lineup.
2 balls, no strikes. Des Moines Christian finished second in the West Central Conference down there in Polk County. Foul back 2-1. This is a Des Moines Christian team that's got some pop in the bat. Haven't seen it yet. That one's lined and fouled over the dugout. Count remains even 2-2.
Yeah, the elite class 2A in home runs with 31 on the season. 5 above the second place team, Ogden, in that category.
Driven in over 200 on the season as a team. A strikeout ends it, though. And a 1-2-3 performance from Katie Bracken. These pitchers taking over the game. No score after 4. Back after this.
Deals of the year at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. During the Ford Summer Sales Event in Indianola, get 0% for 60 months, plus up to $10,000 off select new 18 Ford F-150 XLTs. 0% for 72 months, plus $1,000 on select new 18 Edge, Escape, and Explorers. You get all of the rebates, incentives, and discounts, plus more for your trade. 0% for 60 months, plus up to $10,000 off select new F-150s won't last. Only at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game, Shields.
A reminder, the video replay of today's game, and tonight's game will be available in its entirety later tonight on CISN.TV. From start to finish, you can see all your favorite highlights once again with the full replay of the game on CISN TV. Fouled, have bounced once, hit the helmet of Annie Gann. It's the bottom of the order for the Iowa City Regina Regals. No score, we're in the 5th. Fantastic semifinal game.
And Regina's looking for their first hit since that double back in the first inning that was hit by none other than their pitcher, who's having a really good game in the circle as well, Katie Bracken, back in the first inning. But otherwise, it's been real quiet for this Regals offense.
Yeah, they had those 2 walks in the third with 2 outs, but that didn't produce anything. That's a rocket foul. Out of play. That's one of those where the batter can barely look when they turn on one like that, make sure everybody's all right. A ball and 2 strikes. That bounces in for ball 2. And this is an offense, too, that can put up some runs. I mean, the regional tournament, Regina was putting it to everyone. 12-0 over Appleton Parkersburg, 10-0 over Denver. This team can score some runs, too. Being shut down here, the 2-2 called strike 3. Another strikeout for Judish.
And how about 8 from Marin Judish here in this game so far? She has retired 7 straight batters. She is just rolling right now.
Against a good lineup in Iowa City Regina. Put up 7 runs in their opener here in Fort Dodge on Monday. Ball 1 to Ellie Gann. Ellie, the sophomore, the older sister of Annie, the freshman. Grounded out to second her last time up, back in the 3rd. Bats here in the 5th. 4 hits combined. That's all we've got. Couple of extra base runners with a couple of walks. 1 error. Not a lot on the base paths. No much for traffic. That bunt is foul. It's 1-2. That was sort of in the back of my mind as the bunt attempt went foul, as if maybe some small ball needs to be inserted in this game to try to give yourself a chance on the base pass.
Just try anything that can work, and all it takes is to get that 1 base runner, and then that just really changes the complexion of the inning. But obviously now with 2 strikes, can't do that now, but just a real good idea there.
We'll see if that happens in later innings too. as we play in the top of inning number 5. I look around to the fans, and there hasn't been a lot of offense, obviously, to cheer about, but there's some tension in the faces of these parents and fans here from these respective schools. 3-2. Good pitch, but it misses, ball 4.
And there you go. There's that base runner there for Regina. And that's the 3rd walk for Judish. And last time, Regina was unable to take advantage of it, but we'll see if Emma Neibauer there in the 8th spot of this lineup can try to orchestrate something. I mean, you're right. There's a certain little bit of tension here. I'm waiting for these fans to just erupt here with just one swing of the bat.
Takes one swing. There's a courtesy runner over at first. Mary Catherine Graff will run for the Regals at first base. The batter, Emma Neibauer. This is a Iowa City Regina team after this pitch. Ground ball to short. In the hole, diving stop. The throw to second, not in time. And the Regals have one of their best chances to score. 2 on with 1 out.
Well, and a great effort there by Emma Veenstra, first and foremost. Tried to backhand that one with her left hand and just couldn't make the throw over to Vanderlinden in time. Very close play there at second. But now all of a sudden, things are starting to get a little noisy here in Fort Dodge. The Iowa City Regina fans are getting into it.
What's we talked about? It takes just one thing to sort of, here we go, a 1-out walk turns into first and second with 1 down. And I was going to just mention how good this Regina team is on the bases. 139 steals this year. That's 5 more than the number of walks they had coming into the tournament at 134. So it's a team that likes to run. We haven't seen it so far in the semifinal game, but it's a 2-0 count to Jess Hunter at the top of the order. She walked her last time up as well, and it's ball 3. So here we go. Pressure on a pitcher. It's Judish who's in a bind right now. That's a called strike. Ball dropped. Throw to third. Safe. Both runners advance.
And very fortunate there for Iowa City Regina. As Elena Backey just dropped that strike called there and just gave enough time for the base runners to be able to advance.
That'll be charged as a pass ball. 3-1's fouled back. And the count is full 3-2. How about this opportunity for Iowa City Regina? Second and third with 1 out. And they're getting into this meat of the order here. If they can get to 2, 3, and 4, that's ball 4. Hunter has walked for the second time. That is another walk for Judish. Second of the inning, 4th of the game. And the bases are loaded with 1 down for the Regals.
And a much-needed meeting here by Amanda Springer, just coming in and calming down her pitcher. I mean, this is a situation that, when we started this 5th inning, just thought that she was just going to continue to click, but it just took that one walk right there to really spark something for Iowa City Regina. And so, still everything is fine for Des Moines Christian right now. Can obviously make a play at home. Only 1 out with the bases loaded, but definitely a big situation in this game where we've had a stalemate offensively. It could all change, like we said a little bit earlier, with just that one swing of the bat.
Kerrigan O'Connor, 20 RBI coming in to the tournament and has walked 16 times, which is tied for second on the squad. A big spot here. Out of play, 0-1. And you're right, it doesn't have to be a strikeout here for Judish. play at the plate. You know, there's ways to try to get out of this. The infield is in. 1 out at a time. The 0-1. Out of play again, 0-2.
So a good start to the AB for Marin Judish to be able to get ahead of O'Connor. See what she goes with here. Maybe go inside a little bit more.
0-2, that's in the air. That is foul ground and caught. And a huge second out for Judish and the Lions. 2 away, base is still loaded.
Well, she was able to jam O'Connor there, and she went for it. Obviously had a battle being down 0-2, and an ideal out there for the Lions to be able to get a pop-up routine fly ball there in foul territory.
Inning not over yet. A big bat in Katie Bracken. Ball 1. A big second out, but can she finish off the inning as the infield can go back to their normal depth? Called strike, 1-1.
And the last time she was in this position with 2 outs, obviously the bases weren't loaded back in the first, but drilled a double to left center. Know that she would like to repeat something like that. Get an extra base hit in the gap to bring in some runs.
Fouled straight back, trying to square it up. Fans making some noise. It's 1-2.
A lot of Des Moines Christian fans making the 2-hour drive from the Des Moines metro area up here to Fort Dodge, and they'd like to see an out here to get out of this jam.
1-2. Popped up. There's a play, and it's caught to end the inning. Unbelievable work. DMC fans approve. This game's still scoreless in the middle of the 5th.
Where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
The 2018 Iowa High School Girls State Tournament is heating up in Fort Dodge. For the most comprehensive coverage of the tournament, check out IGHSAU.org. It's your source for up-to-date scores, stats, stories, and promotional events throughout the tournament. Check it out. Log on IGHSAU.org. No score in the 5th, and a little Houdini work for Judish for Des Moines Christian to work out of a bases-loaded 1-out jam. And no score in the bottom half of this 5th inning. What a game.
And it really took a meeting from head coach Amanda Springer there to really just calm down her star pitcher there. And she was able to get 2 flyouts in foul territory with the bases loaded. I mean, you couldn't script that any better to end that threat there if you're Des Moines Christian. And for Regina, just another squandered opportunity as they have left a bunch of runners left on base in this one. But now they're going to have to go out there and try to silence this Lions lineup.
8-9-1 in the order for Des Moines Christian. A 2-0 is in there for a called strike to Ashlyn Backey, who singled in the second her last time up. Just the second time through this order for Des Moines Christian. They'll cycle back to the top. Backey, Vanderlinden, and Alina Backey in the inning as well. Swinging a this, 2-2. When you can command with your fastball, everything else works off of it. So far, so good, Katie Bracken. High fly ball in the infield, back of second, and it drops! It drops! It's off the glove of Annie Gann. Leadoff batter aboard on the error.
And that is why communication is so key. Not just for the outfield, but for the infield as well. Lauren Marth and Annie Gann going after that one, and just even looking from here did not look good from the get-go. You did not see them calling for it, and unfortunately for Iowa City Regina, that's the result. An error right there, their second here in this game so far, but for the Lions, maybe a little bit of life brought in their lineup.
And we talk about it, it's just those little things that can make a world of difference. Showing bunt, pulling back, it's 2-0 to Rose Vanderlinden, and this appears to be an obvious sacrifice situation with the top of the order coming up. We'll see if they want to do it. They've shown it so far. There it is, bunt, and it hits her, it's foul. Good call, still in the box, 2-1.
And she was trying to hustle her way down the first, but unfortunately the ball was just too quick off the bat.
Vanderlinden struck out in the second inning, bunts that one foul, 2-2.
So now it's swing away for the second baseman.
Big pitch here. Called strike 3. Ooh, and that one was up in the zone, but it's a strikeout, and it's out number 1.
You had a little upstairs on that one, and I think even Rose Vanderlinden was a little bit surprised by that one. Thought that she was for sure going to stroll over to first with a walk there, but not so fast. It's the home plate umpire.
Ball 1. Elena Backey back to the top of this order, 0 for 2. And takes a called strike, 1-1. 15 runs driven in for Backey, hitting .456 to the top of this order for Des Moines Christian. That might take the sacrifice out of it now. And try to do it with the bats. A swing and a miss, 1-2.
Yeah, certainly changed the outlook there. But all of a sudden getting that strikeout and what could have easily been runners at first and second really just changes a lot.
Ground ball to the circle. Looks to first all the way. 2 down. Into scoring position goes Backey. But with 2 away, it's an RBI chance for Jennifer Reed, the senior right fielder for Des Moines Christian.
And even though she struck out in her last at-bat, it was a really productive at-bat, really made Bracken work. And so see if she can try to do that here again because, you know, especially with this game being in the bottom of the 5th inning, hits have been really hard to come by, and see if she can really connect on one here.
Foul tip, 0-2. Reed has probably put together the best at-bats thus far, working the count. Ended up getting that single in that first inning, and then you mentioned the strikeout, but a quality at-bat. This is the one you want up. Fouls it off, hangs in, 0-2.
And nearly going back to the same place that she hit that single right there down the right field line. But again, just can't emphasize enough for the fans back home. This has just been a terrific pitcher's duel that we have seen here this evening.
Couple of errors for Iowa City Regina. Has not hurt them yet. And a strikeout ends it. That's a big punch out. And the leadoff error goes nowhere for Des Moines Christian. 5 innings in the books. To the 6th we go. No score.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream. We make history.
by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
Welcome back to the Mid-American Energy Iowa High School Girls Sports Network. No score here in the top of inning number 6 of the Class 2A semifinal. Des Moines Christian, Iowa City, Regina. Zach Carlisle here with you tonight as the first pitch is in there, and that is a called strike. So it's Iowa City, Regina batting here in the top of the 6th. Zach Carlisle, Hunter Phillips, glad to have you with us. 0-1 the count. Just 5 hits in this one. And a swing and a foul tip. Count remains 0-2.
And I think what's been most impressive from both of these pitchers is that they've both been in very tough situations. A lot of 2-out jams that they've been able to each individually get themselves out of. It's really been impressive to watch.
Count 0-2. Count 1-2. Yeah, Judish, that was impressive to work out of a bases-loaded 1-out jam in the 5th. Trying to come back with a clean 6th if she can. 1-2, way out in front, 1 away.
And she really hasn't been using the off-speed pitch much, which I think has really been a benefit to her, because when she does bring that out there, especially to the left-handed hitters, they have just been way outside and just chasing that one and just catching them off guard. Just great time to pull that pitch out of the arsenal there from Marin Judish.
9 strikeouts for the game now for Judish. 0-1 as that one's fouled back. Time call. Take this time to remind you tonight's game being brought to you by Fairway Food Stores. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, Fairway is the best at choice beef. Visit your local Fairway today. One away, Lauren Marth behind 0-1. Swing and a miss behind 0-2. That's when you know these pitchers are on. They're getting ahead of the count quickly. Judish has done that a lot tonight. 0-2. Misses for a ball. Martha has been a strikeout victim. Struck out of the 2nd, fouled out to the first baseman in the 4th. And that elevates to even the count at 2-2. It's the defending 2A champs and a team that's won 13 of its last 14 games as that one misses for ball 3. Iowa City Regina looking to get to the title game for the 3rd straight year, and they're looking for their 4th title in the last 8 years. They got to get to tomorrow first. The 3-2 foul ground. And we'll do it again.
And really a good battle put forth here by Lauren Marth. Got down in the count 0-2, but has done a great job of just staying alive up there and just being really patient.
Count runs full. That's fouled back. Fun battle. Great games from start to finish. This has been intense, fun, exciting.
We even had a power outage earlier.
That's right. A strikeout for out number 2, and that's double digits. 10 of them tonight for Judish.
Boy, I mean, give Lauren Marth a lot of credit there with that at bat. Just trying to do everything she could there to get to Judish, but Judish is able to close the door once again.
Won that battle. It's ball one down low. We've seen that a few times from Marth. She had a really good at-bat to lead off the second, but just it ended in a strikeout too. Just a couple of them tonight. She's put some battles together. That's a strike, 1-1. Taylor O'Connor is 0 for 2. Just 2 hits to speak of for the Regals. Two and 1. But the chance they had in that 5th inning, it ended in back-to-back pop-ups to end it. The 2-1, good pitch, 2-2. Taking something off. We haven't seen the off-speed a ton, as you mentioned, Hunter, but it's effective when she does go to it. 2-2. And that is a balk, and it's ball 3. Now we've seen it all, right?
Right. Check that off the list.
That's ball 4. I don't know what happened on that 2-2 pitch.
Just looked like she just lost grip of the ball there, and it turned out to be a costly error, making that ball 3 and then throwing ball 4, but really just a strange sequence there from Judish, who has really just been in complete command up there in the circle.
And now a foul ball off the mask of Elena Backey, and it's Annie Gann, the shortstop, made an error herself in the bottom half of inning number 5 to lead off the inning, but it didn't cost the Regals as DMC went down in order after that. Taken off on the 0-1, down to second, O'Connor, stolen base. And now a threatened opportunity again for Regina. 0-2 the count. That was a called strike to O'Connor, or excuse me, to Gann. And a strikeout ends the inning. No, wait a second. Hold on. Maybe that was a 1-1 count.
Yeah, the scoreboard marked it as 0-2.
That might have been a strikeout. I thought it was a called strike on a stolen base.
So now the umpires are going to get together here and discuss that pitch that happened when the base was stolen.
Right. It was the pitch was taken. There was no swing. I thought it was a strike, but maybe it's just 1 and 2. It is. So a ball and 2 strikes to Annie Gann. It would have been the 11th strikeout for Judish. Now the 1-2 is the 11th strikeout for Judish. Inning over. My goodness. Power against power, and Judish wins the battle. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. We'll keep it right here. No score between Iowa City, Regina, and Des Moines Christian. And now we get into the late stages of this game where it just takes one swing, one mistake, as we mentioned earlier. But these pitchers, these teams are not backing down.
And they have not made it easy. And again, it's been whenever they've gotten themselves into a really tough situation, especially with runners in scoring position. Maybe there's 1 out, 2 outs. It doesn't seem to matter what the situation is. Whenever there's any kind of pressure out there, you wouldn't see it on either of these pitchers' faces. I mean, they're just so stoic out there, and it's been just mano-y-mano here. It's been just a lot of fun. Both of these pitchers just going back and forth. Anything you can do, I can do better. And it's been a treat for us to watch.
It really has. This has been fantastic softball. Both of these teams want this very badly to get to this championship game tomorrow night. And awaiting for them is Louisa Muscatine in the title game. 8:15 start time. The 1A championship is ready to roll. Collins Maxwell IGHSAU tomorrow. 6 o'clock start time, and then an 8:15 start in the 2A title game. There's a break in the action. And it looks like we're waiting for Taylor O'Connor, the third baseman. And she might have some blood or something over there that she's getting tended to.
Yeah, receiving some sort of medical attention. But while we do have a little stoppage in the action, speaking of Des Moines teams, how about Des Moines Hoover continuing their run here in this tournament, defeating Sergeant Bluff Luton 12-1 earlier today over at the diamond next to us. So congratulations to the Huskies. This has been just a great tournament to see teams that haven't been here in quite some time be able to find some success. So congratulations to the Huskies getting a big win today.
That's good stuff. Des Moines Christian only making their 5th ever trip, first since 2012 here in Class 2A. And if they can get this done, would head to the championship game tomorrow. But here in this 6th inning, well, here comes Taylor O'Connor. She goes, I'm fine, I'm ready, let's do this. And we're going to get ready for this bottom of the 6th. But here, this appears to be a really good chance for Des Moines Christian. Heart of their order, 3, 4, and 5 due up here in this frame. Katie Bracken showing a lot of backbone tonight and fires a called strike to Emma Veenstra, the shortstop. 0-1. High fly ball to left center at the wall. It is off the wall. Bounces away. It's a leadoff double. That close to a go-ahead homer.
Man, and she just turned on that inside pitch, and nearly, if the breeze was heading in the right direction, that may have been out of here. That just glanced off the wall, and that's the 9th double of the year for the junior Emma Veenstra. And now the Lion fans are getting into it.
Called strike to Olivia Penland. These are the big bats in the order for the Lions. Penland, Veenstra, Judish have the big bats. The 0-1 is fouled out of play. Penland, 12 homers on the year, 47 runs driven in. Hitting in a cleanup spot, 0 for 2. And a swing and a miss for out number 1. No score in the bottom of the 6th, but the go-ahead run is at second base with 1 down. And Judish, 0-1.
Boy, and how sweet would it be for Martin Judish here in this position, who has pitched her tail off here this evening, to come up with some kind of hit. Because all it takes is that single to bring around the speedy shortstop Emma Veenstra,
who just missed a home run in her own at-bat. But it's 0-2 to Judish. They got the big bat, Penland. Called strike 3. These pitchers just don't back down. 2 down, and the batter, Brooke Mumford.
And how about 8 Ks for Katie Bracken? Strikeouts aplenty here in this semifinal matchup.
Mumford behind 0-1. So Bracken had to dig a little deeper after the leadoff double. Mumford with a chance. That's a called strike. About halfway down to third was Veenstra on that one. Got back. Just a huge secondary lead. Shouldn't say lead.
She wants to get that big jump, though, just in case something happens.
Running on contact here, the 0-2. But they have to make contact for you to run on at 1-2. Tension, excitement. This is fun. The biggest pitch of the game. Into left, but it stays up, and the inning is over. My goodness. Inning over, and off we go to the 7th. No score.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Fort Dodge. Zach Carlisle here, pleased to be joined by Jean Berger, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and she puts the headset on and says, the record's 16 innings. This one's, how fun is this one? No score really, after 6.
Yeah, very good. Great pitching. She worked her way out of that the last half inning. Somebody needs to get on and score.
That's right. That's right. How fun are you guys having with this state tournament here in Fort Dodge?
Great tournament so far. Some really good performances. We had a grand slam and a consolation today. It was awesome. So really good. Everything going very, very smoothly.
And it's ball one as we're at the 8-9 one-hitters in the order. Ellie Gann, Emmy Nybauer, and Jess Hunter for Iowa City Regina. As Marin Judish back out in the 7th and misses for ball 2. And that's really what you can ask for when you put together a tournament like this, right? The fans come together, these schools come together in a great tournament.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time looking at teams, watching teams, looking at stats. We do rankings, and we seed. And we hope that our seeds hold up. We've done pretty good on our number ones, but the rest of it.
Those 6 seeds might have something to say about that. What the 2-1 is a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
2-2. Yeah. And then obviously, when you get to Championship Thursday and Friday, then there's all kinds of other activities that go along with it. Hall of Famers coming back and first pitches and all that other fun stuff as well.
And our Jack North winner from Davenport Assumption last year, she's back. Some Hall of Famers that will honor. We even have a little special honor for a long-term employee here at the park who's retiring. So we kind of like to keep little secrets here and there and keep it moving.
That's right. Nybauer stands in after the strikeout. Ground ball to short, over to first. That's in time. 2 down. And Fort Dodge, really, this is, everything's always in Des Moines. Everything's in Des Moines. But Fort Dodge with softball for such a long time has always been a great host city, haven't they?
Oh, they have. And, when I drove in today and I saw Ewing Cooley Drive for the park, for the parking, it was very neat. But, we've got really 2 great fields. We have 3 practice fields. We have 2 consolation fields. We've got warm-ups, so they really do a great job working with us and want us here. And, that means a lot to us. It means a lot to us.
The batter, Jess Hunter, top of the order for Iowa City Regina. Behind 0-1, behind 0-2. Outstanding pitching again from Marin Judish. 2 quick outs here in this 7th inning. This might be the first 0-0 7th inning game we've seen.
In a while, yeah.
At the tournament this year. And the 0-2 pitch up high at a rise ball, 1-2. So what are some of the things you guys try to, build on each year coming in? You always want to make it better and better and better. And what are some of the things you guys wanted to kind of work on and get even better than it has been in years past for this year?
The first couple of years, what we've really been focusing on, Zach, is the student athlete experience.
Sure.
And so we've added 2 awards. We have our pink T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
We're red roses to the champion. We switched up our awards to some medallions, more medals. Really trying to focus on their experience. They love being in Fort Dodge and staying at Iowa Central Community College. And I think it helps just build memories with their teammates. So Iowa Central's been a great partner for us as well.
So many things to do and people to meet and experiences for fan engagement and student athletes, and it's about these kids and the things that they accomplish. It's a lot of fun to work with them.
For young girls, they don't necessarily remember 30 years from now that they won
right.
or lost, but they do remember their teammates, and they remember things like the hall they stand at, the residence hall they stayed in, or the water park. So those are good memories for them.
No doubt about that. A ground out ends the inning. No score. Bottom of the 7th inning is coming up. Well, Jean, thank you so much for taking some time to join us here on the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Jean Berger, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, having some fun with us. We'll take a short break. Bottom of the 7th coming up. A chance to win it for Des Moines Christian.
Is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Well, a 1-2-3 top of the 7th for Maren Judish, and another big thanks to Jean Berger for joining us here at the top half of that 7th inning. Des Moines Christian now, no score, bottom of the 7th, and the Lions have a chance to do some things.
And how many times have we said that here throughout this game? Each and every one of these teams has had a lot of chances, but here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Can Des Moines Christian, the team that nobody expected to be here, get enough to make it to the championship game?
My goodness, and it'll be the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Emma Wilson leads it off. Ashlyn Backey, Rose Vanderlinden do up as well. Katie Bracken trying to get it to extras, and the 0-1 is fouled out of play, 0-2. Four hits for Des Moines Christian, just 2 for Iowa City Regina. They've had 2 errors on defense, have the Regals. But the column that means the most, zeros, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Emma Wilson, who's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout starts the 7th. Who's going to back down first?
Boy, and make that 9 strikeouts now for Bracken. I think we're closing in on 20 strikeouts between both of these pitchers. They have just been absolutely dominant here this evening.
One down and a called strike to Ashlyn Backey. She has reached twice, a base hit to the left in the 2nd, and an error on the shortstop Gann in the 5th. That was a leadoff error, did not come around to score. Fouls it back, 0-2. And these pitchers aren't even wasting time anymore, these late innings. They're just getting right ahead right away and punching out these batters.
Yeah, you would think that they would be tired at this point, but man, just the stamina has just been incredible to watch.
0-2 misses outside, and adrenaline helps you through a lot of that as well.
Yeah, when you know what's on the line, I mean, that's what pushes you through.
Big 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks in the 7th, 2 down.
And really, I mean, Bracken has looked stronger as this game has progressed, Zach. I mean, her location has been stellar throughout this game, but still just showing that power there with that rising ball. It's been fun to watch her go through this lineup as Vanderlinden, who tried to bunt in her last at bat, not quite successful there on that try.
Now she's 0 for her last 3 trying to lay down a bunt. Missed 2 of them back in the 5th after that leadoff error. Couldn't do it. Here's the 0-1. That is soft pop-up foul. Nothing in 2. Vanderlinden behind. She has struck out twice, 0 for 2. And that misses outside ball 1. One-two pitch. Ground ball to short. Going to be a tough play. And just in time to get the speedy Vanderlinden to end the inning. And away we go to extra innings in the Class 2A semifinal game. Unbelievable what we're seeing right now. We'll keep it right here. No score as we head and get ready for the 7th inning. And we were talking a little bit off air and off the headset about base runners and where they haven't got to. That's third base tonight.
That's right. I mean, it has been just tough sledding for each of these lineups to generate anything. Just once we've seen the bases loaded, and that was for Iowa City Regina there in the 5th. But again, just neither team has really been able to capitalize on when they've had runners in scoring position. But again, hate to play a broken record, but it's just been the dominance from both of these pitchers, and it seems like they've gotten stronger as this game has progressed. But I tell you what, you hear those fans behind us, they love what they're seeing.
That's right, getting motivated, getting excited. And at the top of this 8th inning coming up, we'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Iowa City Regina here in this 8th inning against Marr and Judish. And so a chance, well, we've said that 9,000 times, but when you get the heart of your order, the 2, 3, 4, that's when it seems like you really need to try to take advantage. Neither team's been able to do it, but here's Kerrigan O'Connor. That's a strike, 0-1.
And haven't seen it too often tonight, Zach, but you would think as, it's been tough to just get any kind of contact that these teams have been trying to reach on a bunt as that one squeezed down there.
Yeah, that's a fair ball. That's a tough play, and it's a bad throw. Safe at first. I think she beat the bad throw anyway, so that might be a bunt for a hit. We'll see how they call it. Yeah, that is a hit. That's a fantastically placed bunt by Kerrigan O'Connor.
And it was just bobbled a little bit there by Olivia Penland, and she was trying to rush that throw. And Mumford wasn't able to dig that one out, but fortunately it didn't get too far out towards the outfield.
That's popped up, and it hits the backstop of the fence back there, and it's 0-1. So, leadoff batter. This team can steal bases. They haven't done it a lot. This feels like an opportunity for Iowa City Regina to get moving on the base paths.
Yeah, and especially with no outs here, you can risk a little bit here, but at this point, still don't see them trying to advance the runner at all. But, yeah, would not be surprised. But, I mean, having base runners has been a hard commodity in this game.
And you don't want to, I don't know if you want to take the bat out of Katie Bracken's hands in a 3 spot. She's taken off this time. That's a called strike. The throw's not in time and high, so the go-ahead run is at second base with a stolen base. Kerrigan O'Connor with nobody out. It's a 1-2 count. And the 1-2 is fouled back. Bracken doubled the left center in the first, a strikeout in the third, and a foul out to the catcher to end a tough fifth inning for Iowa City Regina. That appeared to be their best scoring chance. We're playing in the eighth. The 1-2. Count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just 7 total hits. The 2-2 lifted in the air to right. Tagging will be O'Connor. The catch made. Staying put. Out number 1. Big first out for Marin Judish.
That's still a lot of work to do.
Right. That pop-up just not quite deep enough to get the runner to third. So now Gardner, the batter, fouls it back, 0-1. How about the cleanup hitter, Paisley Gardner? 3 punch-outs with Judish tonight.
Not the kind of hat trick that you want, but she is due. And, especially being in that 4th spot, she is capable of doing so much for this Regals lineup, but just haven't seen it yet. But, never too late, especially when we're still scoreless in extra innings.
Shadows starting to creep onto the left side of the diamond. Clean between home and the plate, between the pitcher's circle and home plate, and the 1-1's fouled out of play, 1-2. What a game. Can't ask for anything more at the state tournament of the semifinals. The 1-2. Called strike 3 on off speed. What a pitch.
And again, Zach, when she has used that off-speed pitch, it just freezes those hitters of Iowa City Regina, either a wild swing or just simply looking at it. Big-time pitch there by Judish.
That one hit the bat, barely, but it hit the bat of Lauren Marth. Fouls it back, 0-1. We've talked about Marth a couple of times tonight, but she's put together some quality at-bats. However, they've ended in strikeouts. 0-2, couple of foul tips.
And can she do it again? Time and time again in this game, Judish has been able to get out of the situation. Can she do it one more time for the Lions?
That is in the center. That's a base hit. It drops. Coming home. The throw. Not in time. Iowa City Regina leads 1-0. They finally broke run through against Marin Judish.
And there was no doubt that when O'Connor saw that ball hit off the bat that she was going to round third and head for home. And that throw, if it would have been a little bit more on target, may have gotten her, but it wasn't. And finally, here in the top of the 8th inning, we have our first run. Wow, what a clutch piece of hitting.
How about that? Lauren Marth, the hero for now. That's ball 1 outside, 2 down. Unbelievable. Taylor O'Connor. That throw beat her to the plate, but it was just offline enough for O'Connor to score. 1 on, 2 out. 1-2. Good pitch, 2-2. Oh my goodness. Louisa Muscatine awaits. The winner of this one. Called strike 3, heading over. but a run. The first one of the game. 1-0 Iowa City Regina. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Class 5A, they got to wait. Class 2A trying to wrap it up. 1-0 Iowa City Regina. Bottom of the 8th rolls in. A bunt attempt goes foul for Des Moines Christian. We are at the top of the order for the Lions in the bottom of this 8th inning. And whew!
It's been a wild one.
This has been a wild insane. Game.
As much action and to only look out on the board and see 4 hits a piece it's just been crazy.
Ball 1-1. To Elena Backey, Jennifer Reed, Emma Veenstra also due up in the inning, and thanks to Hunter Phillips for filling in for us here in this 4th semifinal game today. Brian Carlisle put the headset right back on. Doug Dillivan working hard. A whole gang. Connor Morris with us today on the Iowa High School.
He's been a trooper up there, man. He's just chilling, watching a game.
Girls Sports Network, Mid-American Energy, Iowa High School Girls Sports Network. The 1-2 pitch. That's a high fly ball to left, but it's foul.
You know, Zach, I know you and Hunter were kind of touch base on the whole pitching thing, but it really has been phenomenal to watch these two. This has just been an awesome battle.
And Judish gave in. That one base hit there. That RBI single from Lauren Marth.
Boy, Martha's a tough hitter.
She is.
She's fun
Gives
to watch.
a quality at-bat each time. Fun to watch. A big RBI hero so far. 1-2. That is smacked foul. Whew. Talk about a good at-bat. It's been here from Elena Backey. She's put together some good swings.
And you need that first batter to kind of set the tone here. Down 1-0. You know, a good battle right here for her. Fight your way on any way possible.
A ball and 2 strikes. Backey is 0 for 3. The leadoff spot tonight. Here's the 1-2. And that is outside. Count even 2-2.
I noticed just kind of as I followed through this game, these guys paint the corners probably better than I've seen a lot of girls paint the corners.
We've seen a lot of good pitchers today. This might be the
best duel,
best one that we've seen. Here in Buena Vista Diamond, this is a pop-up in the infield. Who's got it? It's the shortstop, Annie Grand, who's got it. And there's one down.
You know, we've had the complete opposite of what's going on in Diamond 2. Diamond 2, they're getting the home runs and the and that. Over here, we're seeing fantastic pitching.
Grand slams and consolation games, all sorts of stuff today.
A wild finish with ADM and Newton. That was just wild and crazy. But over here, it's just been incredibly low-scoring stuff.
And that is a called strike to Jennifer Reed, who is 1 for 3. A base hit in the first, but then back-to-back strikeouts in the third and the fifth for the two-hitter of the Des Moines Christian lineup. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Bracken's finding another groove.
She's not messing around here. She's done a great job of where that ball elevates. You know, just going right over top of the bat.
The defending champs want to get back there. The 0-2 misses outside for a ball. Regina won it last year in 2A, looking for their 4th title in 8 years.
Solid ball club.
One of the better programs in the entire state of Iowa. The 1-2. 2-2. Des Moines Christian, fifth trip overall. First since 2012. They've won 13 out of 14 coming into this game. It's 1-0 in the 8th. The 2-2s foul back.
You know, and even to throw the more of the point, you got a heck of a thing about to come up here in the 5A side.
Right, that's going to be a whole lot of fun too.
This has just been a great softball game, hands down, regardless of who wins this thing.
2-2, swing and a miss, 2 down.
There's a different gear in 24 right now.
Bracken, double digits in strikeouts. 11 for the night for Katie Bracken. She got her run from her offense in the top of the 8th, trying to shut it down in the home half. Ball 1. Emma Veenstra, 2 hits in this one. Has reached all 3 times. Reached on an error in the first, hit to left, and a double in the left center back in the 6th. That led off the inning. A missed opportunity for DMC. They've had a few of them. 6 left on in the regulation 7 innings. That's a called strike, 1-1. Each side with 4 hits, but Regina, the 1 run.
Ooh, great take.
Good pitch, just missed 2-1. Tough take.
Yeah, it is. This young lady has a pretty good approach coming to the plate, though.
Olivia Penland on deck. These are the big bats for the Lions. The 2-1. That's up in the air. This could do it. Right side. Iowa City Regina returns to the state championship game.
What a game. That's a classic right there right away.
Unbelievable. The Iowa City Regina Regals. 1-0 in 8. Each side with 4 hits. The 2 errors did not hurt Iowa City Regina. Katie Bracken, the winning pitcher. Marin Judish. That's a tough loss for a pitcher. That was a very well pitched game for Des Moines Christian. And what a softball game that was. All fans on both sides clapping for their teams. That was quite the softball game.
Yeah, you've seen a little bit of everything in this thing. And again, pitching performances were stellar, absolutely. But 4 hits. But why did it feel like there was a lot more action out here than 4 hits?
It was
on both sides.
I mean, it was so filled with anticipation, and there was just so much energy, and you could feel the tension in the ballpark. And oh man, that was an absolute blast.
And no disappointment out of each side. I mean, I know you're going to go home with that loss, and you're going to turn around and play again. But I mean, what a fabulous 2 pitchers that stepped on the hill tonight for these 2 teams.
So Iowa City Regina, the 6th seed, will play for the Class 2A championship game Thursday night, tomorrow night at 8:15 right here on Buena Vista Diamond. And they've got number 1 seed Louisa Muscatine on their side. Central Springs and Des Moines Christian will play in the 3rd place game tomorrow at 7 o'clock over on Diamond 2. Were you entertained? Wow, that was fun. 1-0 in 8. Iowa City Regina, congratulations to Jake Kuhlbeck, first-year head coach, and the Regals. They're headed back to the championship game. Thanks for joining us for game number 4. Best one of the day so far. 1-0 in 8. Iowa City Regina over Des Moines Christian. For Hunter Phillips, Brian Carlisle, our entire crew, Connor Morris, Doug Dillevan, Peter Tarpey, the whole gang. Zach Carlisle saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament on the Mid-American Energy Iowa High School Girls Sports Network. Stick around. Class 5A action. We've got one more for you. It's on the way next after these messages.